If Jesus was here right now, our government would kill him off.
There's no way Biden, who didn't get out of the basement, came out and got 81 million votes.
Just a little hokey that not too much longer after COVID came out that they shut everything down and then they wanted us all to take this vaccine. It was just kind of weird to me.
You might think of Southern California as a stronghold for far left and progressive ideology, but not Huntington Beach. This town, just 45 minutes south of Los Angeles, is known for its political extremism and far-right views. I traveled to Huntington to talk to a few people and see for myself. In my first interview, I spoke with Brad, who embodied all stereotypes about this town.
And we have this whole issue of transgenders, and it's at a point now where they're asking, and pushing and promoting little kids as young as 10, 12, 13 to take puberty blockers and have their penises cut off, their breasts cut off, and they're pushing this on little children.
But Brad also had a rather interesting background.
Did a lot of crime, sold a lot of cocaine, hurt a lot of people, did a lot of crime. And then I became what they call a born-again Christian, a follower of Yeshua. I learned how to read. I learned how to read out of the Bible starting at the age of 21. I was illiterate. I was nothing but a criminal before that. And when I bowed my knee, everything changed when I sought his lordship. A lot of violence. I hung out with some gang members from West 13. I ran with Crook City Bloods, which was a Samoan gang out of Westminster, and we used to roll up to Carson Samoan Warrior, Piru up there. I did all that. And at the same time, I was selling cocaine, a lot of it. And just doing burglaries, you name it, I stole it.
And don't even get Brad started on the vaccine.
Well, and I will debate any doctor and any epidemiologist anywhere, anytime for $100,000 on what's in these vaccines.
I won't show this clip to avoid the spread of misinformation, but Brad also believed that Trump and Biden created the vaccine as a poison to kill people, which obviously is a baseless claim. However, Brad wasn't the only guy who was doubtful about the vaccine. What information did you have that made you not want to take the vaccine?
Personally, I don't get sick. I did some time in prison. I didn't get sick in prison. We're really healthy. I'm like 98% Scandinavian. You can tell by the blue eyes. And I think people that are pure breeds, they don't get sick very much.
It was clear that people in Huntington had more extreme views about fringe issues like the vaccine. But what happened when we actually talked about some economic issues? The ones that supposedly matter. What do you think the government should be doing most to improve people's lives or not doing?
They need to get the economy moving. They need to get the gas prices down, the grocery prices down, because once people have more money in their pocket, they spend it. Going out on days like today.
Some people will make the argument that the wealthiest people in America have a lot of money that is not being used as spending power. It's not, being transacted in everyday business, and they think that taxing those people higher so it gets distributed there and it'll be spent more is better for society. What would you say to those people?
I said it's full of crap. You take every dime from every billionaire in this country, every dime, not even a portion, not even a percentage, every dime from every billionaire in this country, and you won't touch the national debt. So then what have you accomplished? The guys that work hard, they provide jobs, they provide insurance, they provide income for thousands, tens of thousands of people throughout this country. These are the entrepreneurs, the Elon Musks that have, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 people working for him, and you take the money away from him. Who's gonna want to do that? Nobody.
This man spoke like any conservative would on these issues. But then I spoke to Scott, who, despite being conservative, had some interesting takes on policy. Who did you vote for?
I hate to admit it, but Trump. The only reason I voted for Trump is because he wasn't a career politician. And I just know there's so much corruption. I believe there should be term limits.
After you voted for him in 2016, were you satisfied with what he did as president to try and change the...
No, he's actually kind of a buffoon. But he was the only one that wasn't in there and didn't owe everybody in the world a favor,
Do you support, a universal healthcare system?
I think that needs to be done, yeah. If you look around the world, there's so many countries, even Canada, Costa Rica, all over that have better health care than we do. And in this country, it's all just about the money, I think we should try and make the citizens of this country's lives better.
Talking with Scott really made me think, how different are both sides really? Over 70% of Americans are upset with our healthcare system. 77% want to get money out of politics, and 69% support an increased clean energy use. That's a large majority of Americans and bipartisan support for these issues. The fact is that on the actual issues, Americans are united across party lines, which you wouldn't realize based on the mainstream media.